Oh, boo.
Well, you got to read that thing out.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Look at the plus side. At least your sheet is hanging the right side up this time. We're getting better and better.
I need a background.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you had all day to do this, Sam.
I mean,
I'm gonna have this tiny hand the entire episode. Sam, Tiffany's saying she can't hear you. I hear you, but Tiffany says she can't hear you. Tiffany, can you hear me? Denisha, say something.
say something.
Will, say something.
What's up?
She hears everybody but you.
That's weird.
Well, that's check your settings for your microphone.
Humans. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Ha. You're on a time delay. That's what it is. I just want y'all to know I'm drinking this water because I have been day drinking at night. So
Wait a minute, what?
I said what I said.
Okay.
I had about a half a bottle of Jack Daniels about 20 minutes ago. So I'm feeling rather nice.
Wow. Good thing we got that disclaimer.
Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear you, son.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Did you have yourself muted on OBS?
Man, I got so many controls on this thing, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I had the thing set up earlier, and it was going good. And my media, you know what it was? When I was trying to do the recording for the initial video, for the intro video, there was background noise, and I only wanted to record the audio that was playing, not the microphone, because like dog was barking, wife was on the phone, that type of stuff. But I'm not gonna blame them.
Operator error.
Yeah, definitely an ID 10 error. ID 10T. So
there you go. I was about to say.
We good now.
Yay.
Okay.
Yay.
So after that nice little technical delay at the beginning, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is GAG Zoom calls. I don't have a better name for that yet, but that's what it's going to be for the time being, because that's what we're doing.
I'm not going to say what's on top of my head. So
we're on Facebook.
Please don't.
You know,
Mr. Jack Daniels.
I mean, I'm over here, Paul Masson, so
I kind of want some more.
I have water in here.
See, we can't see in that cup. I mean, it could be whatever you want it to be.
If it's clear, that don't mean it's water.
If you telling me it's water, I'm gonna go with that. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying I can't see it.
That's fine.
So, we had a whole lot of topics in the last couple of days, and I just want to say that I love the influx of new members. I'm about to call them customers. That's work. I got to get work off the brain. We've had an influx of new members. So many people have joined, and a lot of participation from these new members, a lot of participation from some of our old members, our tried and trues. Thank everybody for all of their activity, all of their participation. As a result, there's so much content that we can discuss now. And, we had talked about trying to bring back gag reels, but we're probably going to have to wait until movies are really being released.
Yeah.
There's one or two that have come out. Netflix did good. Old Guard. We are going to talk about Old Guard. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert. It's been out for a little bit. A lot of people have seen it. A lot of people have already talked about it. We're going to discuss it. A couple of things in there. That actually transitions to one of the discussions we had today, as a matter of fact, the 80s action hero versus the heroes of today.
Can I just say that topic went far left than what I actually intended, but it was so enjoyable. I didn't want to stop it.
I mean, we had like a sub thread in there that just kind of went on and on and on. And,
Right.
And that was pretty
All
cool.
I saw was pictures of people without their shirts on. So
But see what it was supposed to,
distracted.
It was supposed to symbolize the way the action hero used to look to where the action hero looks today. That's what it was supposed to do. But then people went and looked and just went that way. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna let it go.
So we are going to discuss that. Additionally, there was a item that was brought up. One of the memes that we had discussed not too long ago, and it was the free for all of Battle Royale, four characters. Right. We're gonna touch on that and see if we can't highlight some of the different items. I'll try to actually pull that one up and see if I can find that thread and keep that discussion available so I can bring in some of the points that some of you all made, because a lot of you made really good points with that, and we want to make sure we touch on that. But let's go ahead and kick in and start off with the old guard, Charlize Theron. She is turning into a big action star, and I don't see her slowing down anytime soon. We had Atomic Blonde. I'm pretty sure there's going to be an Atomic Blonde 2, and she just did Old Guard. For those of you who haven't seen it, again, spoiler, but Old Guard is basically if Highlanders, instead of it being there can only be one, there was like 5 or 6 of them running around, and they're the ones who have actually altered the course of history. They're like an elite fighting team because they've had so much world experience. There were parts of the movie where they showed all the different battles they had been in, and it seemed like let's just dive right in. Was Andy one of the original 2? Did I understand that correctly?
I think she was the second one. She was the second one.
So the other little girl, she was the first, and then she met up with Andy, and then they were running around for a while.
And I think they had a thing, but that's just me.
Yeah, they kind of I mean,
I think they did.
When you are immortal,
you just roll.
I feel like
you
might be a
little
bit more.
Run out of options.
Right, your options are a little bit greater than the average person.
I mean, yeah, she was literally Wolverine to like the 50th power with her lifespan. It was just ridiculous.
Right.
But I did like the concept of them actually dying. A lot of times when you have immortality, like it's just them standing there getting shot and they're just still standing there and they're fine, and then the bullets pop out. But to actually just see them die and then some sort of resurrection happen.
Right. And it appears that they have died over and over.
A lot.
And they
I
even
like
showed
there's no number assigned.
I mean, it even showed that there was obviously some pain involved with dying. Just because you're immortal doesn't make you immune to pain. And because they had the so the basic story is you have this elite team. There's 4 of them, and they get involved when it's necessary. And um, Charlize's character has been doing this for some time. Like she's been around for a minute. And because I think the earliest time I heard them actually say was like 1600s. I don't recall hearing a time earlier than that, but I want to say they showed some imagery indicating a time prior to that. But I want to say the earliest time I remember hearing was 1600s. And this fighting force, they get called in to do the jobs that other people can't do, simply because they can still walk out when the job is done. Even if it goes south and, things happen, somebody dies, it seems to be temporary. They're going to get back up and they're going to keep fighting. And so this former CIA guy decides, hey, I need your help with something. Do this thing for me. You can see that Andy really doesn't want to do the job. She has her reasons. The one scene where she took the camera and took the picture of the group so she could delete herself out of the photo first.
Yeah.
That was a nice little touch. And it kind of gives you the same concept of if vampires were immune to sunlight or something like that, like how they might exist. They don't want people to know they're there. They want to kind of stay under the radar. And so they do what they have to do to make sure that no one's actually seeing them. And I thought that was pretty cool. So they do this job, and the job turns out to be a setup. The setup is so that they can be captured. They were going to capture these people, but instead they don't die. They don't get captured. But now they're kind of on the run because it's been recorded. There's actual footage. And so they're like, okay, we got to find this person. Other craziness ensues. And along the way, a new immortal is created.
Marine Corps.
Hoorah. And so there's no real... see, every time I say something Marine related, I see Will get triggered a little bit. So I'm going to stop doing that altogether. But this new immortal is created, and after she's created, it apparently we're just gonna call it this life force is perhaps shared between them, because they mentioned that when a new one is created, they all kind of dream about one another. They all have a shared connection to some degree, and I guess whatever mysticism allows them to reincarnate over and over, it is finite to some degree. They don't really give a lot of direction indicating how or why, but when it's your time, it's your time. And that's still interesting for an immortal. If you've resurrected numerous times, always wondering, is this going to be the time? So there's that element. And so you still want to kind of avoid dying if possible. But there were a lot of interesting story pieces as a result of that. Overall, because I don't want to get, I'm not going to do a full synopsis of the movie, but overall, I certainly enjoyed it. I noticed the fighting style in this movie seemed very familiar. It looked a lot like John Wick, a lot of the judo, a lot of the hand-to-hand, a lot of the close quarters combat. But I have not seen a movie where multiple people were able to, their flow in unison while fighting.
Like when the two dudes fought, the guys that were dating, when they fought with each other against people, oh, that was beautiful. They finished everybody's move.
They not only finishing sentences, they're finishing kills. And it was very impressive.
It's I'm gonna slide on the ground, kick him in the knee. He flies up and
that penthouse, them getting up to the penthouse, that scene, yeah.
And just watching the two of them, that's a spinoff on its own. Might have a little bit more content than I care for, but all in all, it was really interesting that they were on opposite sides of battle at one point and discovered each other. And they mentioned that they killed each other over and over for a long time before they finally just okay, obviously I can't kill you. Obviously you can't kill me. Let's date. I mean, that's
next
need to
best
know.
option.
right.
I need to know how they just came to that conclusion. Like, look, I've stabbed you in your face. Now I find you attractive. How does that even work out?
I mean, that puts a
Sounds
whole
like
new
love
spin
to
on
me.
I can't quit you. I'm just that's a whole new angle on it. But
But as far as the fighting style, I was, as soon as I was watching, I was like, this is very reminiscent of not just John Wick, but Halle Berry fighting in John Wick with the flips and then shooting them in the head and that kind of thing. I was like, very reminiscent of how she fought in John Wick 3. So.
Well, see, even in the first John Wick, I recall that he focused a lot on close quarters, hand to hand, and it was a lot of judo involved. And this one was written by Greg Rucka. It says directed by Gina Price Bythewood. So go ahead, Gina. She did a thing on this one. I was trying to see if it had something about the. I literally just got a pop up in the middle of our Zoom telling us that the meeting will end in 10 minutes unless I upgrade. As many Zoom calls I've been on, they really just do not want me to do this video today. I'm like, what is happening here? I guess we'll be figuring out how to upgrade in the meantime. But let's see. We are going to do this because I can do some cool stuff. What I'm going to do is give you all a nice little image to look at while I get this little bit handled. Our audio will still be here, so you can still talk with us and we can continue talking. But I was trying to see if the director or if the fight choreographer was the same person from the John Wick franchise or something like that, or if it's just they've taken on that as the common close quarters combat. And it kind of seems like that's how things are done now, and it's perfectly acceptable. I'm good with it. I thought it makes for good visual. It makes for great fighting on screen. I don't know enough to say that it's like, I don't know how accurate it is. I don't know those styles to say that it's right or wrong, but it looks right. A lot of people got killed.
Well, I like that they kept the New Girl style very, like military. She wasn't all of a sudden this great kind of fighter like they were, and that kind of kept some authenticity to it.
And that did actually show that the difference in that her experience is a little bit more limited to the ones who have all of this experience from all these years of battle. I like that each one of them
to the point she just jumps out of a window. I mean,
that's thinking on your feet.
You don't have to be trained to jump out a window.
Right. And knowing that, well, given that was going to, it was going to take care of it, she got to realizing that, like, okay, I'm really not dying, so, okay, I'll get back up. I still think I would have that issue of getting over the fear of the pain. Because, like, just knowing that you're going to die.
The pain it's not, it don't last. It's not going to last. You got an instant and then you gone.
I know, but she was a newbie. It's not like the other ones doing that.
She was a Marine, though.
Yeah.
Weakness leaving the body.
Exactly. you need to understand that she went through boot camp, the hardest boot camp known to man.
Oh, okay. Let's play it back to the beginning, though, when Charlize said something about jumping out the plane.
Okay.
And her reaction to that.
She wasn't sure she was gonna get back up, but when she figured out she would get back up, fear was gone. Fear was gone.
Yeah, okay. I can definitely say there.
I think that moment was to symbolize that she trusted
when she first learned about this, they was in the plane. She didn't believe a word that lady was saying. You gonna tell me that somebody came to you and said, "Hey, guess what? You're gonna live. Whatever happens,
you're gonna get shot right in the head and stabbed in the neck."
That it. First of all, black lady, she ain't no. That was a fluke. She need to see more. Nah, she still ain't sure about what's going on. She might have thought she was dreaming.
She wasn't even sure about the shot in the head. She was questioning, like, what
Right.
happened?
She's like, oh, okay, it's blood here, but how did he get there?
Well, and then I mean, she was still trying to figure out what was going on with the neck, like why she didn't have the cut anymore and that kind of thing. And they got odd on her real quick. Her teammates were like, "Nah, I was holding you together. You should not be without a scar. Something ain't right about that." They was ready to move on from her real quick.
A Pez dispenser. Now there's not even a scar. Well, I guess because they left that open for a sequel, obviously, but I wish they would have touched on just a little bit why she was having these dreams that they weren't, the connections that she was having to some of the events that were going on. I'm like, does that do something with her place in the group? Because Charlize is eventually going to die now. Even though she was the oldest, does that mean that the oldest is always the leader?
Or if you remember the end of the movie, she's not the oldest no more because the old girl came back.
Well, that part too. But I just wondered when they talked about that, I was like, why would she be dreaming about her now? Is nobody gonna be like, maybe she's still alive? We're just not gonna talk about that anymore. And then the other dream she had about them getting shot and stuff, and we never went back to that. So,
well, what was explained and stuff from what I got from it was when Charlize's character first had the dreams with that, they all had the dream. They have the dream until they find the other person. Like they keep thinking about it till they find the other person. So they all found each other, so it stopped. But old girl, the other ones with that, she hadn't found her. So that's why they would probably still be sharing dreams back and forth and stuff like that until they actually meet. Then probably it'll stop or whatever. But that's just what I got from it.
Yeah, I figured that. I just wondered why when she brought that up, none of them were like, well, wait a minute, why would she have been? Nobody else drew that connection. Nobody thought to even bring it back up.
Like
that was
it seemed like nobody else was sharing
of all the ones previous. She could have been dreaming about why her. You know what I mean?
I noticed that nobody else seemed to be sharing the same dream of her. It was just the new girl. And because if like they all had the dream of the new girl when she was created, and the new girl is having the dream of the other girl, the OG girl. She was having the dream of her, but it didn't seem like anybody else in the group was having dreams of the OG girl. They may have had it at some point, or they've probably just been told the story by Andy, but they weren't sharing that same dream. So I'm with you on that, and I thought that was a very unique twist. And I'm wondering if it has
because
something
she kept
to do.
saying, I could feel her anger. I could feel in present tense.
I mean, it looks like it's working downwards.
I felt like I was her. And for them to have not, nobody was like, that's kind of weird.
Kind of like a pyramid where the oldest one and it's just the powers are flowing down.
Yeah,
it feels like
now that
it's
pyramid
going
might
down.
be flipped and the powers are, I don't know,
And
since
that's
that top vessel is empty, that top vessel no longer has the connection. As her powers are fading and she's becoming mortal and she's going to eventually die, she no longer has that connection. And as a result, that still doesn't explain why the team didn't have that connection. They still should have had that connection, should have seen that dream, and thought that was a little interesting. But, not going to, like, oh, it's wrong. But,
and what does that mean for the sequel? Because, I mean, they've already set up now that Charlize is, she can't die no more. That's it. So,
But looking at how they made it through that building, there's obviously ways that she can still be involved, still fight. And, if you're just going to use the new girl as a bodyguard, as a bulletproof shield, essentially, she's still effective. And with all her years of training, she could probably go a while without taking as much damage. Because
but she gonna have to rely on her skills a lot more than before when she could just come back, because now she takes that one bad shot, she done.
True.
And she's not comfortable not being that person anymore either. She was ready to die. she's not comfortable not being invincible anymore. She wasn't able to kind of just lay back and let them.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
I
was
guess
like, this changes
as
nothing.
it progresses, she will.
Yeah, she jumped out there and was real quick to be like, oh no, this changes nothing. We going on. We doing this. But
it's going to show a lot of growth for her too, with her character arc and stuff, because you see her character arc and it's here and it's been there the whole movie until we get to that point. And now with the sequel, we're going to see how it drops and stuff like that and where it goes. So I'm excited about it. And the book actually comes out. The next book comes out for it in like a month or two. So the sequel will be dropped sometime after, that book is reviewed.
Well, that's pretty
So
cool.
now are we thinking old girl and the guy that had to be ousted, even though he understood what they did, is he now going to just turn against them and be with old girl? Because obviously she's mad because Charlize didn't come save her like she was supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big one to see what's gonna go, but we gotta remember that old girl, she's lost her damn marbles. Like she's gone. Just like that, being trapped in the ocean for that long, and like that's gonna do something.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, that's real life. That's what happens when you go live. Like,
But you know what? We had a good conversation going, and we had feedback from people watching. So
that we did, and I appreciate them remaining with us, sticking it out, and we'll get right back to it.
Brett just went in the chat and said, "My new name is Batman Who Laughs at Will." I might need to change my name to that.
Yeah, I really wanted to be a part of that Ogard talk. My bad, but yeah, I was. All right, so I mean, you know,
great job, Sam.
That is the beauty of live. Anything can and will happen. And
okay, so we're gonna start live over and then just pick up where we left off. How do you want to do this? Can't you merge videos?
No, that's offline. That's offline.
No, I'm saying when you get offline before you upload it.
Oh, like basically like close live and then just launch a new live?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if they was watching and they can come back, and anybody who stayed is still here, and if they come back in, we ain't got to go nowhere.
We're live now, right?
Like literally, no,
we're
check
not
it out.
Live yet.
While we were, I literally had like the technical difficulty screen up. I had the GAG logo up while the screen was dead, and that they were just looking at that for a second, and now it should be there because on mine it says in live video, like I have to drop it down. So I mean, I don't know. I'd like, let's see, Charles, are you still with me?
Oh wait, they can see us. I'm up here just being relaxed. I'm not supposed to be relaxed.
Oh no, like I have the chat thread up here.
Somebody said he lying.
Yeah, okay, so there we are. Okay, you good.
Thank you, Tiffany. I was like, no, I think we're live.
Oh man, I mean, I'm glad I didn't say something.
We was about to have a whole other conversation.
I was like,
right.
You see that face I made, right, Tiffany? I was like,
well, see,
I was looking at my other screen. I see
what's funny though, because I am actually running the OBS software, I can see, I see us live while we're talking, and then I can look over here, and I can see the live feed here. But the live feed here has to go into the transition window, so I can look down at the little live window in the corner, and it's like 10 seconds behind. So there's a full delay over there. So that's why, like, I ask a question, I have to wait. Okay, this is.
And see, I got y'all in one corner, and then I got the group over here. So it's like a split screen. Since I don't have my work set up. I got 3 monitors.
I'm sorry, Charles. I was working on it. It didn't like my.
Will said
Will's having issues. He can't get back in.
I don't know. Y'all are loved. You know that, right?
Well, he meant live. We're live. Yes, we know we're live. We're literally stalling, waiting on you.
We are. It's always got to be one. And it's always the Marine that does it, too.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. See,
one of us is always on time, and then we always got to wait for that one.
You said that, not me.
I can say that, though, because I did my 8 years.
You can say that. I'm not going to.
Thank you for your
not coming
service.
out my mouth. But I want to thank everybody for hanging with us and coming back. We appreciate it. So we're going to keep the conversation rolling. I know Will will be here in just a moment. So as soon as he comes back in, he'll be there. And y'all will excuse me for 2 seconds because I got another. Actually, no, continue. So Ogard 2, what would the conversation there be? I would definitely think that because the girl has in fact lost her mind, she's been, in that, was that an Iron Maiden?
It was.
So she's been in that Iron Maiden for all that time.
Drowning every, 5 minutes?
And the thing is, it's like every time she woke up, she would have, what's the right word? Awoken? She would have waked up. No, we're going to say she would have waked up. She would have woke up dead.
She would have awakened up.
She revived herself and then departed the earth.
She woke up dead because that's what my grandma would say.
Sam, Will's still having problems.
Will's having some issues.
Yeah. I mean, Nice and stand
Yeah,
by.
I think
okay.
she's gonna have
Okay,
to
you got
be the villain in the next movie for sure.
Definitely. She'll. I mean, I could easily see her being the villain, and I believe it's going to be a scenario where she's definitely going to be coming for Andy. She's going to take that personal, and when she comes to get her revenge on Andy, the team will have to come back together. Now, will it take them 100 years? Are they going to overlook the outcast because he's banned for 100 years?
Well, he deserved it though. So.
Oh, very
yeah,
much
but
so.
of course he's gonna lose sight of that.
Very much so. But I mean, when it comes down to grammar with GAG, she woke up, okay? But
Awoken.
I believe the greater good in this case will be either she's going to kill him and put him in a situation that he can't get out of, and then everybody goes to try to rescue him kind of thing. Or maybe she already, she is able to turn him, and in turning him, she brings him on her side, and now she's going to extract her revenge. He's already been outcast, and you see he's not really living his best life anymore. And since he's on this lonely trip, because 100 years by yourself, everybody around you is going to die. And the only people that you can expect to see don't want anything to do with you for 100 years. I can see how that's probably going to work on him a little bit. And that could easily be the reason he goes ahead and makes that full transition. And once he does, now you've got two immortals taking on whoever they got to take on to get to these four. Well, technically three. And the objective is just to get rid of. Nope, don't want a message. Want to admit.
Oh, yeah, get rid of Charlize, and then you have the added pressure of that now that the next time Charlize dies, that's it. So,
and that when you have somebody like the OG who's been fighting, maybe not quite as long as Charlize, because she spent a lot of time dying, but at the same time, she was getting it in before that.
It's a love triangle. out of the Iron Maiden. I'm pretty sure the second movie.
It might have just rusted.
Right. It just rusted. Yeah. Like she's been there for so long that one day she woke up and hit it and was able to get out. Probably didn't make it to the surface.
But she still died before she got back to the surface.
Right. So, it was a couple of times there where before she was able to get to the surface, I would imagine. And then when she finally got there, if she was on a ship,
how long was she
down there? We're going to show her journey.
Oh, yeah.
What she doing all that time. So we'll see.
I mean, that's a montage. You might have to have a strong one for that, because that may get you. That may hit you right here in the feels, because seeing what she went through, oof. But just in general, all in all, I would say I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I definitely wait for Ogar 2, and I will have to make it a point to go and find this book. Greg Rucka, he was the writer, and as a sequel is coming along, sequel to the original graphic novel, The Old Guard Force Multiplied, was actually published in 2019. Charlize Theron says that she's, of course, interested in the second film, saying, let's have a little resting period, just given the fact that all of us really want to do it. When I'm sure the time is right, we'll start the conversation. So she's ready to move on the sequel. And Greg Rucka already has a second book out, The Old Guard Force Multiplied. And that would make, of course, the main book, I'm guessing, just The Old Guard.
Will, did you say you read the first book?
I want to read the book.
Yeah, there's another one supposed to be coming out, I believe.
But you read the first one?
I don't know if I want to read it, because I don't know.
I didn't read the first one. I have it. It's actually being shipped, so I'll have it probably the next 2 or 3 days. So
you should let us know if it falls into the category of page by page, or did they make the changes?
And I'd be interested to see how much
or a
they got through. Yeah. I wonder if there's some stuff that's going to be in the second movie that's in the first book.
Right. Just point out, Charles just said if you like Ogre, watch Warrior Nun. I've watched.
Oh my God.
I've watched some of it. I can say it's okay, but I did find myself get up and walk away a couple times. I'm not going to say it was bad because my OCD.
Are we talking about this or not? Because
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, and my OCD will not let me not finish it. So
I have not seen it, but I will check it out.
I am interested to talk about that.
Did you make it through season 1?
Okay.
It's only one season. No, it's.
I mean, it seems like it would be in its first season. Like it just came out not too long ago.
Yeah, no, it just came out. It's one season.
I think I only got a couple left. I'm at the part where the one of the nuns got sucked away by the demon. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
So don't tell me
Well,
nothing.
You know what? I will make it a point to watch
else.
that just so you can talk about it because I see you got something.
She looks like she mad.
She got something on her mind.
I will make it a point. I will watch that. So
my God.
You can speak on that.
Sam, when she it was like when she talks about that, everybody needs to just mute their microphones and just let her have it.
Because you know what? I'm gonna make her the main video, blow her screen up and everything. It'll be her. This will be her review.
Oh my goodness.
It looked like they stole her shoes or something. They stabbed a cat.
God. Just like when you have that thing where you really want to like something and it doesn't pan out and you're really upset about
But I can say it has not lived up to what I thought it could be so far. But
so
like
far,
I said,
keep going.
I'm not finished.
It's the same.
I have to finish it. But I
will say that the ending kind of, but whatever. We'll revisit.
Okay. We can definitely.
We can talk about their fighting styles also, which was kind of but I mean, all of them seem to have different levels of skills, but they can all beat each other, which didn't make sense.
The way Denisha's talking about it, it's got me like you're driving a car, you're about to purposely run into a brick wall, but the plus side is you got an airbag. That's what it sounds like.
That's a good one.
Seatbelt and side airbag. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, let's change the topic because she's
watching and seeing it. Well, Charles, what do you think about? He must like it then. Charles, did you like Warrior Nun?
I'm sorry if we kind of.
I'm thinking, honestly, I'm thinking he did just because, like he said,
how he said it.
Then he liked that. You can recommend it.
Maybe we can get him.
But I'm also hard to please with action movies. So,
well, is it because of the action heroes, or do you want to get into the action heroes? Or you want to get into the Battle Royale?
But did you not see how I brought that around? I kind of brought that in for that reason, so we could.
we move it over. Like. We do this well. See, now at the same time though, I'm thinking like, you know what? Let's do Action Hero because I think Action Hero is going to go really well before we do the Battle Royale. Because the Battle Royale is going to be 4 specific, but the Action Hero in the 80s. So let me make this big real quick so everybody can see the post. Do this. Okay.
It's gonna be a new one for me. I haven't seen the post.
How did you miss it?
I was busy. Look, I got kids I had to go drop off so I could be kid free this weekend. I was like, I had a mission.
Party at Will's.
And you choose to be here with us. I feel so special.
So special. So special. So I just want to point out, this one got 66 total comments. 66 comments. We posted it 11 hours ago, and this was the hot button thread all day.
That's the one with the one at the top and bottom row, right? With Jean-Claude and
Yep. The action heroes in the 80s versus action heroes now.
Okay, I didn't go through the whole thread.
Oh, you need to.
So the basic idea as I saw it was action heroes in the 80s, if I remember correctly, and I mean we have an image right there, you had to like look like an action hero. People had to look at you and know that you were the man not to mess with when you walk in the room. And it was one of those things where like, the image actually shows Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just had it up. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Sylvester Stallone, and Dolph Lundgren on the top. And it says action heroes in the 80s. And then on the bottom, it has Tom Holland in his Spider-Man outfit. It has Robert Downey Jr., of course, in his Tony Stark persona, Mark Ruffalo, and I was gonna do it. Benedict Cumberbatch. What do they call him? Like Butternut Saddle Squad.
Yeah.
He got all those weird names online. But no, Benedict Cumberbatch, and of course he's Doctor Strange, and you know these guys don't have the same physique as the four on top. Now,
Nowhere near.
anytime you saw Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie, you knew it was going to be a lot of shit blowing up. And Sylvester Stallone, those last two Rambo movies,
the new ones, right?
Whew,
Where he was shooting and blowing up people in half. Yeah,
like
that was nasty.
you see, so like your wall behind you, he made half of that in those two movies. You know, I was watching like that last.
I didn't
Rambo
see the
movie.
very last one where I think it was his daughter, where he was at the ranch. I didn't see that one. I have it, but I have not watched it. But I saw the one before it, and I was like, okay, y'all have lost y'all mind.
Yeah,
It's just
those
ridiculous.
last two, they were brutal.
Had more body counts than all his other movies.
Right. They were brutal. But it's still kind of like, even at
Breaststick,
what is he, like,
cumber
50?
snatch.
That's it. You know,
I would reply to Tiffany, but she got me blocked. So
you just couldn't resist.
I can't. Blame it on the Jack, because I'm about to go get some more. Because the heat is now leaving my body.
The heat's leaving. Okay.
The heat is leaving my body.
So when you're a fool for that. Okay. When you see Stallone in a movie, you knew it was going to be action. Even like one of his worst movies, like
Throw Mama from Train.
Well, no, that was a comedy.
It was, but I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
No. That was no. Throw Mama from the Train was that wasn't him.
Danny
Stop or My Mom Will
DeVito.
Shoot.
Stop My Mama Shoot. That's one.
Oh, yeah.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. And that had lady from the Golden Girls.
Right.
She was in it.
Sophia,
yep. And she played the mom, and she had like the big hand cannon. And
Tiffany just threatened me, and I feel some type of way. I'm about to go crawl in my corner.
Okay. I'm gonna need both of y'all. Let me just say this.
I love you, Tiffany.
I'm a lowly moderator. I can do nothing about this.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, look. We live right now.
I said I love her. I'm being nice.
But see, this is for both of y'all. We live. Not here. Offline. Anyway. Get it back to these action heroes. So, these action heroes, what is the biggest difference? I mean, obviously the physiques, that was probably the most noticeable difference. And like the first thing I was trying to think is like, what were some action movies that had smaller physiques? And when I got to thinking about that, I was like, well, you know, you have your John Wicks and you have your Jason Bournes, and those guys are full on action, but they don't look like the action heroes of the 80s. And if I see Matt Damon coming towards me, I'm not going to feel threatened at all. But if I saw Dolph coming to me, I'm a coward. I'm going to move out his way. Like, I'm not going to challenge him. And it seems that, I don't want to say that the movies got softer or that the heroes got softer, but it feels a little bit like maybe they did.
Well,
now,
the physicality of it changed. I mean, look at Jean-Claude Van Damme in any of his movies, one of my favorite, Hard Target, but everything so physical. There was no guns and all of that. There wasn't, I mean, you know, you had a whole montage of them training. So you had to have a certain physique. And it's the 80s. Everything was big, and the hair and the clothes and all that kind of stuff.
That's true.
It's more, you know.
But see, I feel like Jean-Claude is kind of the exception, not the rule, because martial artists could get away with that from day one. Because if you go back to any Kung Fu theater, I feel like
they weren't big.
Anybody, like the old man with the Fu Manchu, he didn't look big and bulky. I mean, now we know from anime that if he was to take that shirt off, he was going to be Master Roshi and like Diesel underneath. We know this, but but they didn't show you that on channel 69 Kung Fu Theater. That's not how they looked. And so martial artists have always kind of gotten that pass, ninjas and such, because they knew martial arts. Now Jean-Claude was kind of in between because he has movies like Universal Soldier, Cyborg, where he's not a martial artist. He has a fighting style that is unique to him. Split kicks. That's his fighting style, split kicks. But when you go back to something like No Retreat, No Surrender, where he played the main villain, he was the big, look at me, like he was that big hulking martial artist. Okay, Patrick Swayze. Okay, so Charles brought up
Roadhouse.
Patrick.
Okay.
Roadhouse. Like, okay, Patrick Swayze. That's a good one. I'll give you that. And he still does not, outside of Roadhouse.
He had Ken too.
Next to Ken. That was the first time I saw Liam Neeson.
I think that was more like you have different, like,
I would not call that an action movie. It's a movie.
Yeah, he's like more like
a
heartthrob that could fight. It wasn't, I don't know. So, but it has flipped because now you're more likely to see a slender, like, now The Rock is the exception to the rule. You don't see people that look like him in movies a lot anymore.
I mean,
Jason now Statham, he's not even doing like action stuff. He's like the funny guy.
Even Jason Statham wears a suit half the time while he's fighting. And I remember in I think it was like the second Transporter, he couldn't wait to find a reason to take his shirt off, And they have kind of moved away from that as a whole. And my theory, I initially said, I think it all happened after The Matrix.
The oil slick and all that stuff.
Right. So it was the second one? I believe it was The Matrix that changed the way we think of action heroes. Because The Matrix gave us Lawrence Fishburne, Keanu Reeves, Joe Pantoliano. If you look at pretty much anybody in The Matrix, there was no big bad. Hugo Weaving. You know what I'm saying? There was nobody there was no Bolo Young character. There was nobody like a Schwarzenegger. There was no Stallone. There was no Dolph Lundgren. There was nobody big who posed the threat. These were regular people fighting regular people, but, I know Kung Fu. So now we're sitting here watching Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne spar, and they're doing full on Kung Fu. I mean, it's that's real Kung Fu we're watching. It's they're getting all into it, and I'm sitting here watching this, and I forgot for a moment that this is, whoa, it was he was no longer Bill and Ted. He was no longer Sweet November. This dude was a straight up action hero. You know what I'm saying? And then you get to the elevator scene, or not the elevator, but the hotel or the lobby, the office lobby scene. And now, how many rounds of ammunition? So it's that's straight up action right there. That's he probably shot more rounds in that scene than Arnold Schwarzenegger shot in the entire movie Commando. You know what I'm saying? And it's the expectation of what an action hero was shifted. And it wasn't until The Matrix that was okay. You had your Charles Bronsons and your Dirty Harrys, you know what I'm saying? And you knew if you went to go see the new Charles Bronson, oh, that's going to be an action movie. But look at that action. That wouldn't fly today. You're not going to get away with it.
Look at Will Smith in Independence Day. That was considered, him becoming this big action star.
He was definitely on his way to being a big star in the summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I put that.
That's what I mean. That movie started that description of him like that though. Yeah, he had the summer
It
blockbusters, but
started his
he
transition.
described as an
Right.
action hero.
Well, Die Hard. What about Die Hard?
No.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing with Die Hard.
Here.
Here we go.
Die Hard is the everyman hero. The whole purpose of Die Hard is to take somebody regular and put them in this, this extraordinary situation, and we see them come out on top. John McClane should be like dead. Like, I love the Die Hard movies, and I'm gonna watch. If they do Die Hard 10, I'm gonna watch it. But John McClane should be dead because he's just a cop from New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, they done made this man into like he's unkillable, and it's just
that's the main thing I was getting. You look at the Die Hard movies and the evolution of Die Hard movies and what they got to. Like I don't even know what to say about it anymore. Like, and I love Bruce Willis and stuff like that. Like, it's great, but yeah, I can't make sense of it. I can't understand what's happening.
By the time you get to like Justin Long and him,
Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie of all time. Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
One of the few things Roberto and I'll actually agree about ever.
Yep, definitely the best Christmas movie, followed by Lethal Weapon. That might be the second best Christmas movie, and then A Christmas Story to round out the top three. So we have a couple of other things here. So we say Nicolas Cage.
Go. Stop it, Will.
That.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, I can't just sit here like this. Like, it's bugging me. So like, they're just on the table. I can't help it.
Will, you go through the same thing I do. You got to get something that's going to take your mind off of having to move around.
That's why I keep drinking bottles of water.
So Will, was there something that you wanted to say? What was that you were pointing to a moment ago?
Do you want me to go get the weights?
No, I actually don't. Just
First of all, on behalf of the dad bods, I'm gonna need y'all to stop.
You know what? I'm going for my Bruce Willis right here. I'm just an everyman. Actually, but you know what? I could just like download Kung Fu and I'd be straight. Denzel Washington, not an action hero to me.
Not an action hero.
Not at all.
Well, you have the Equalizer, but that wasn't like.
Yeah, you gotta look at his full body of work. Yeah.
Oh, Denzel, he like.
That's an action movie.
Yeah.
But I would not call him an action hero. And I think that might be one of the differences. And that was actually something that we discussed when we were talking about these characters, because like Arnold Schwarzenegger was an action hero. Sylvester Stallone was an action hero. Basically, his only good movies were action movies. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, they were kind of shoehorned in. They were typecast and stuck into these roles. And, and it's not to say that they haven't done other good works outside of that. So don't take that as my meaning. But in the 80s, that's what we knew them for. The Matrix made it so that an action hero could be anybody. Because when you look at the characters that they were comparing to, one of our members, a new member, Brandy, she brought up the point that it wasn't a fair comparison because, no, actually, was it Brandy that brought that up? It's another gentleman who made that conversation first. I want to give him credit there. Tristan, I believe. Yeah, Tristan Willard. So Tristan, right. Brandy, and I were having a whole separate conversation, and most of it revolved around the fact that these new characters, or the ones they were making the comparison to, were in fact heroes. They're all like comic book characters. So each of them already have a special ability that gives them their strength. They don't require the same like physique and the same type of training. Mark Ruffalo could kind of be the exception to that because he turns into the Hulk. So in Hulk form, he's got that physique, but Bruce Banner, not that dude. Tony Stark, his biggest muscle is up here. Tom Holland, a little dude, but he kind of ripped. You know what I'm saying? Like he's in pretty good shape to be Spider-Man. But yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch, nah. Like
But he's also here in his mind. He
right,
was
I mean,
brilliant.
he got this bit right here, and so
But
it's
he had to
it's
be
different for
brilliant to
him.
become what he is.
Right,
I mean, so it is.
I mean, he was like the
Yeah.
top surgeon before everything happened. So I'm not knocking
Yeah.
his, the mental capacity and whatnot. But it's like because of that, the action heroes, it's like, do they really qualify as action heroes? I feel if we were going to make that comparison, that's why I picked out the John Wicks, the Jason Bournes, the Atomic Blonde. You know what I'm saying? Charlize Theron. Like these are the people that are the action heroes now. Because if you saw Keanu Reeves was making another action movie, it didn't have to be John Wick. You're probably gonna go see it.
Well, yeah, of course.
And that's the action hero. Whereas before, hey, y'all see that new Schwarzenegger movie? That was the way you kind of made that decision, and that's changed. And a lot of it has to do with the types of movies that are being made, as well as
and are being more superficial now than we used to be. You look at people, any kind of actor in the 80s. I mean, everybody wasn't beautiful. Now it is more about how you look. There's no Red Sonjas. There's Charlize Theron. Nobody would look at Bridget Nielsen today. Like, no, it's not happening. So you need something.
She's still gonna have on the
right. If she still got her look good up, I might look at her. I'm saying. I mean,
if she gonna wear what she wore in Red Sonja, I would still watch that movie. I'm just saying.
Well, today,
I would still watch that movie. You could remake Red Sonja. I would still watch that movie. I'm not saying it's going to be a good movie. I'm not saying I'm proud of it. I would watch that. Okay, let's see.
You guys
so we got a couple more.
Reason Sucker Punch made any money.
Ooh.
Hey,
Chuck Norris.
We're not starting that again.
Chuck Norris.
The Chuck Norris.
I will admit Chuck
we
Norris
couldn't
was
really
definitely. I would definitely say that Chuck Norris was an action hero who did not have that physique.
How do you know? Because he was hairy like a bear, so you really couldn't see his physique. It was
true,
like
and I don't remember Chuck. Chuck took his shirt off like one time, and that was when he got his ass beat by Bruce Lee. So,
and he looked like a pillow pet.
Wait, I'm sorry. While I'm thinking about it, I don't know who posted it, but did y'all see that meme? Background music makes all the difference.
No,
I didn't.
I saw. I didn't click on it. I know what you're talking about, though.
So you remember? Was it Enter the Dragon? What was?
No, I do. I saw that.
Click it.
I saw it.
Trust me.
I saw it.
For those of you who don't know, go back in group, scroll through, find it. I want to say maybe Gabriel Baxter posted it.
Do not have your speakers up too loud, though. Do not.
That is hilarious. That was hilarious. Because here it is. It was the fight scene where Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris were getting ready to fight. And of course, they were sizing each other up and whatnot. And then Bruce starts to take off his little, he takes off his black belt. He starts to undo his gi. Bruce Lee is unbuttoning his shirt and the music.
Sam!
It's so funny.
Stop. Don't give it away.
It is so funny. Anyway, let's see.
It's hilarious.
Jet Li, gonna give the exception to Jet Li because I spoke on that with martial artists, same with Jackie Chan. Chuck Norris, I will give him the exception in that he's still kind of martial artist, and that's kind of what we knew him for. Because he had the same finishing move in like 10 movies. Like he always did that one jump back roundhouse.
That roundhouse kick.
Steven Seagal. We don't talk about Steven Seagal.
He's the best.
Best what?
Under Siege.
Okay, Under Siege. You know what? I will say that as a whole, I did enjoy that movie.
It was a good movie.
Under Siege, I did enjoy that movie.
What other movies did you like by him?
None.
There you go.
What's the one?
It gets to the point, it's so ridiculous. Like you have to enjoy the laziness of him, of the acting,
That's a fighting style I could use right now. I could do that fighting style right now.
Let's see, The Rock. The Rundown Rock, not Jumanji Rock. Okay. Yeah, The Rock. But The Rock is a wrestler. Just like if you say Dave Bautista. You know what I'm saying? Like Dave Bautista came from, like he was big when he got there. Stallone got bigger.
But that's the same what I said too, though. Now he falls in that same line. Like, yeah, The Rock is this big guy and he came out like that. But then they both ended up in these comedic type roles now. Now being the big guy is funny.
Yeah.
And you also got to remember, Rock built himself to get that way. Because when he first came out, he wasn't built like that.
And Rocky Maivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, pre-Nation of Domination. He was kind of chubby.
I mean, he's made an amazing transition overall. Like, by the time we got to, what was the last one I saw with him? Hell, might have been Jumanji. Yeah. I think the last, no. Hobbs and Shaw. That dude was so big in Hobbs and Shaw. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous how big he was in that movie. And, you know, they like put him back on the island and whatnot, and he was meeting up with his brothers and whatnot, and they did that whole little bit.
And
of course,
Samoa.
Roman Reigns was there. Shout out to him because he was there. He had his little moment. That dude is insanely big now, and just getting bigger. I'm like, I follow him on Instagram, and Will turned me on to that Terramana tequila, and that's very smooth. I will say that's very smooth. I like that. I like that Terramana tequila. So next time I have a glass, right. He can literally pull a chopper down with his bare hand. You know what? That's actually what I miss about the 80 movies. Having
the amazing feats.
The amazing feats of strength by the actors in the movies. I mean, granted, it was still a little CGI and it was still like camera tricks and whatnot, but they made you believe that they could do those types of things. Even when Chris Evans held the helicopter, we haven't had a scene like that in so long. You know, but I'm gonna have to say when when I was watching Hobbs and Shaw and that toe chain came off the back and The Rock grabbed it and it grabbed the truck, yeah, I started to just walk out from there. I was like, nah.
Yeah, I was like, come on.
Like, nah.
But those movies are for their ridiculous.
I'm gonna need you to because remember now, let's see, was it that movie? Yeah, I want to say at the beginning of that movie he had a cast on, and I think he just like crunched it in. That's the same arm that you was like, nah. I need you to do better than that. That was a trip. But there are a few actors here and there. There are a few movies that do warrant the actor actually fit the role. I definitely want to give props to those people, and Chris Evans being one of them. Like, that was the same guy from Not Another Teen Movie,
right?
And now he's Captain America. And like, I remember watching one of the, I want to say it was either Screen Rant or Looper. I want to say I was watching one of their videos and they were talking about like some behind the scenes moments and whatnot. And apparently when they first, like when he does a little transition to become Captain America and the door first opens up and whatnot, Peggy Carter, who was that, Haley Atwell, the actress, that moment where she, Captain Ready,
completely unscripted.
That moment where she like reaches out and like has to touch his chest, like, that was not planned. They opened that door. She was standing there and he did the work. He put in the time and was sitting there like, wow. And she had she just reacted. And it made for such a good scene that, of course, they left it in.
Whippets.
And, well, no, because remember we said Chris Evans in Not Another Teen Movie, the banana. Anyway,
right.
Yeah.
That was Captain Ready Whip. For those of y'all that didn't catch it. But, Chris Evans put in the work. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pratt. Apparently, if your name is Chris, you're destined to, work out. Especially if you have a contract with MCU. It's just going to happen. But also on the flip side, Jason Momoa got a little bit bigger. But you know, it's weird because Jason Momoa's kind of gone up and down, and I mean, it makes sense. I know that happens, and you know, when you're filming and you're getting ready for a role, you probably put in a little bit more work than you normally would. But wasn't Jason Momoa in the remake of Conan? Wasn't that him?
Hold on.
I didn't see that.
Oh,
When they redid Conan the Barbarian, I believe that was Jason Momoa.
I was thinking about Chris Pine.
And let's see.
Yeah, I think it was.
I didn't think it was him.
Yeah, it was.
It was him.
It was him. Yep.
Oh, yeah, freaking.
2011.
I didn't watch it all the way through.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't really miss nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you saw the
but it was just one of those
15
things where it's
minutes,
like, there again, dude was big then. Like, he was big when he played Conan. Almost to the point where, like, when he came around and he played Aquaman, it's like, I guess you a little older now. You can't get as big as you did then. I don't know what it is, but like, you know, he didn't have the same look. But then you got people like, you know, Henry Cavill. He's put in the work because he was definitely bigger in Batman. Well, he was bigger the second time we saw him as Superman than he was in Man of Steel. I can say Man of Steel with confidence.
You watched Immortals, right?
He was a little dude.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was. That's
bigger
where
than
you
he
see
was
the
in
transition. He was ripped though. He was ripped.
Yeah.
Wait.
He was big in Mission Impossible. He was big.
Oh, he was huge in Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah, when he came to that scene, he just shot. He was ready to go.
Yeah.
He goes all the way back to The Count of Monte Cristo with
that's a great movie.
Jim Caviezel and Guy Pearce. One of my favorite stories, also that easily in my top 10 movies. He was the son of Guy Pearce's character.
Mm-hmm.
Only to find out later.
It's not.
Right. So it's like
Edmund Dantes.
Tom Cruise.
But
See,
Ben
Tom
Affleck,
Cruise falls in the lines with Will Smith to me. Like it's the same thing. Roberto
that?
brought up Cruise.
Yeah,
Roberto
Tom
brought
Cruise
up.
was covered in the post, but yeah, he's pretty standard.
oh, I clicked on the wrong window. I don't have my live window up anymore. So that definitely made for interesting conversation. And oftentimes, yeah, okay, Mark Singer and Beastmaster, he definitely put in the work back in the day, but he never blew up as an action hero. So he don't count. He was only big in that movie.
First of all, it was great. So
and Tanya Roberts was big in that movie too. But that was it. Tom Cruise, greatest on-screen cardio. I don't know because I think Will Smith run in every movie. He done ran hard in like 3 Bad Boys. Did he?
I know, but not continuous. That one shot in Mission Impossible, that was a continuous shot when he was running. Was it the second one?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wife?
He does all his own stunts though, so I mean.
Yeah, but that shot was a continuous shot of him running.
I will. I don't hate Tom Cruise. I don't have any dislike for Tom Cruise.
Yes, you do.
I don't. Like, I'm a fan of all. I've watched all of the Mission Impossible movies. I think Ethan Hunt is a fantastic character. I don't know that he could. If Ethan Hunt didn't have his gadgets, I don't think he would last as long. But that's okay because that's how Autobahns in the 80s were. You know what I'm saying? Roger Moore wouldn't have made it through without Q Branch.
Nothing. You
know what I'm saying? Timothy Dalton only got through his movies because of Q Branch. But like Daniel Craig had like a gun and a phone. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Like
they got so far away from the things that made Bond great with him. Whatever.
I mean, he had a car.
I love Casino Royale. It just kind of spiraled from there.
Yeah. When they got to the point where it became what they say, like Home Alone at the end of the other one.
That was it. That was in Skyfall. They had to booby trap the house.
It's like, is this Home Alone too?
They booby trapped the house. But you know, I mean, that was there was more going for that movie than there was against
love it. And what? No, you don't do no. What was her name? Vespa or something? I can't. Whatever.
Vesper Lynn.
I'm somebody. I don't like love stories in my action movies. Like when Blade came out, I loved it anyway, but nothing, just very subtle. He care about people, but not really like stop getting all tangled up in, oh, I'm so in love. And
I like Blade because he was more like, he really, so that's what made it good for me. So that, but like other ones so that, and Deadpool, I didn't mind Deadpool so that just because it was a joke made out of most of it, so like that, freaking with the Happy International Women's Day and all that other kind of stuff. Like it was just hilarious going through. So I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, and that's why I like Deadpool 2 more because
But Deadpool was a love story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I like the way it was done.
the whole purpose there. So that let me stop. I'm not trying to play. So,
but I felt like with Deadpool, what made that great was like she elevated him and she knew what he did, and it wasn't like this thing, and I have to save her all the time. That
literally, I think he spent half the movie just trying to feel worthy of her.
Yeah,
and there was something noble about that. You know what I'm saying? The idea that he wanted to feel worthy of her affection because now he knows he's got this and he's got that. That was a plus. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the things that kept it from being sappy because they didn't harp on that. They just showed these were two people that like really vibed with one another, and something happened and he lost her, and all he wants to do is get back to a place where he can have her back. And I think that wasn't so much like it's a love story, but they didn't focus in on the love. Like the L word was a bad word.
Look how it was the same. They did it in John Wick. Like that's still a love story. Everything that was driving him was the love he had for his wife, but it wasn't like just people. You can just overdo it and weigh the movie down. For me, I don't like romantic movies and like stupid waste of time.
So I think we've fairly well covered action heroes then versus action heroes now. I think, Denisha, you might have hit the nail on the head. The way we go to watch movies, like the stories have changed. What we expect. I think The Matrix changed a lot of that, and that is still that is the rock on which I will die. The Matrix changed the way we watch action movies. It changed our expectations for action movies because martial arts films have always kind of had that pass simply because of the types of films that they are. But for the most part, we had a certain expectation of what our action hero was going to look like. And The Matrix kind of told us that it ain't always what you think. That your action hero can look like anything. And that anybody can know Kung Fu. Because I don't think we would have seen the type of fighting we saw in a Born Identity if we didn't have the same type of action from The Matrix. I don't even think we would have, like we have parkour in movies now. The chase scenes, they take place on foot through buildings, around this, around that. They get up, they get down. Because I just thought about it when you talked about Casino Royale, and there's like a 20-minute parkour scene at the beginning of that movie.
Yeah, I mean, look at Kingsman, what he did. That.
Now, Kingsman, that's a comic book movie, and that's a Mark Millar comic book movie. So I'm a very big fan of Mark Millar.
I'm started. Here we go.
Okay. I won't. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Catch me, because I go on a rant, so don't let me. Okay. That'll be another day. We'll talk about Mark Millar. He could get his own show. In fact, Mark Millar is going to get a whole show one day. Just because of his catalog, he could have it. Even Kingsman 2. No, even Kingsman 2.
Kingsman 2 was good. Roberto.
Oh, take me home. Okay, but anyway.
Here we go.
Mark Strong did excellent in that movie. I applaud his character in all of those movies. And I don't know how I feel about the laser lasso.
Julianne Moore was great in that to me. Like, I loved the villain that they made out of her. That was it. I loved it. Loved it. I loved her. I loved her little world. They could have done.
I wanted her to leave that little world. I wanted her to be out there as the villain. She literally, I feel like she shot all of her scenes in a day.
In the jungle, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's Julianne Moore, so she could do that. One take. She probably did one take on all of the bitches. But you know what? See, this is a whole little this is a sidebar.
I know.
But why was Elton John so prominent in that movie? Why was he like a supporting cast member?
Monday.
What movie was coming? What movie was played? Taron Egerton played who in what movie?
Yep.
I didn't even put that together you know what?
I didn't either.
Because for the life of me, I could not understand why are we seeing so much Elton John? He had to actually study him and pay attention.
Was like,
he was shadowing. Okay, see, you broke the crux.
The only disappointment I had was, I'm like, what happened with oh Lord, now I just want to call Magic Mike.
The Statesman?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, the Statesman, but that was whiskey. No, it wasn't whiskey. Let's see.
It was Cowboy.
There was whiskey.
Somebody tell me.
Tequila.
I'm just thinking about Magic Mike.
Channing Tatum. We'll just say Channing Tatum. I'm trying to remember. Was he whiskey in that? I don't remember.
It wasn't memorable.
I don't know,
but Channing Tatum.
What a complete waste of him in a movie.
I'm gonna tell you what happened with his character.
Because even in
he was dancing in his boxers.
In Dillinger, he was gone. He was Pretty Boy Floyd. He was gone in like 2 minutes. I'm like, he just likes the movie.
Roberto
like,
said,
we got a character we only need for like 5 minutes.
That is absolutely right. He is not going to be a background element. Elton John is going to shine regardless.
Yes.
He was whiskey though.
Okay, whiskey.
Oh, it was whiskey.
So, it's like I have this weird trivia knowledge so I was like, I thought it was whiskey. Anyway, and of course, Ginger Ale, her little soft ass in that movie, but she's going to be a whole, you know what? I'm glad she redeemed herself in that John Wick movie because she was really whack as Ginger Ale.
A lot of things.
In Kingsman. And she was, what we not going to do is we not going to just sit here and dump on Halle Berry. Most of her shit is shit, but but she's nice to look at and she gets ticket sales. So we going to move on. So that brings us to our free-for-all. And let's see. You know what? Look at this. The timing is perfect. We're at 1:27. We'll hit the 2-hour mark. So we got about 30 minutes. So we can literally just like ad lib for about 3 minutes, give or take. But we can go ahead and get into our free-for-all. By chat, you know what? That's in our chat, isn't it? I think you have that image in our chat. I just want to pull that.
Yeah, I dropped it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was in there.
I'm gonna grab that real quick, just so we can have a visual for those people watching at home who may not have scrolled through the entire group, because we've had 37 posts in 2 days. And I compare that to like one or two of the other groups that I know about. They ain't close. Literally, I scrolled to the bottom of my notifications. There were 5 notifications that were not Grown A Geeks. I love y'all. Thank you. That made me so happy. I was bragging about that all day. I think I added like 5 people just because of that. But let's see. I mean, you just posted this. How was it?
Because
we did talk a lot today.
A lot.
We did talk a lot today. Let me
As
just.
I picked up my phone, I was like 124 notifications. I said, oh, well, whatever they talking about, I'm not gonna catch up.
Can't find it. That's go right to it.
I got it. I just
Yeah,
clicked the
even now.
little info button and went to just the shared content and
Mhm.
pulled it right up. I was trying to scroll because I said we got 3 minutes of ad libs. You heard that, right? Okay. Come on now, stay with me. Okay. I'm gonna bring this one over so that y'all can see this. Make it big. Share that on screen. So this particular post, this was a discussion. This was another one of those that had a lot of conversation going on about it. Now, this shows Will Smith, Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, and Ryan Reynolds. The meme states they have
I
all the
posted
abilities.
this.
They have all the abilities and weapons from all the characters they've portrayed in movies. Who comes out on top? D, I'm gonna let you start. This was your request.
I have an idea.
What you got?
This. It's 4 of us.
Everybody pick a character?
Everybody pick a character.
Okay, I'm gonna do this fair. Denisha, this was your idea. Who do you pick?
Who you want first?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, you buster.
Okay, no, that's fine. You got ScarJo? Okay, cool. Cool. Hold on. Let me see here.
Let the oldest go next.
You know what? Age before beauty, right?
That's you. I'm younger than you.
I mean, all I got to do is shave, and I got you.
No, you don't. I can shave too.
10 years if I shave. I promise you. 10 years if I shave.
I go back.
Okay,
20
you know
years.
what?
Just take it.
I will go last. Tony,
Oh.
who you got?
You know what?
You took too long. Will, who you got?
Really? This ain't like Minnesota when they was drafted. What's the problem?
Give me Ryan Reynolds.
That leaves Keanu and Will. Who you got?
I'm taking Will just because I'm standing strong with the brother.
Okay. So that leaves me with Keanu. I couldn't tell what he was doing there. You with us? You good?
I'm here.
Okay.
Kids ran in.
Oh, okay.
Family ran in.
Yeah, my kid. Hold on. While I'm thinking about it.
Where is
Mo?
Here you go again. I know what time it is. It's not
Yeah.
time yet.
No. Mo. Okay. I had to mute for that one. Because he was.
You didn't know.
He was obviously not in. No, trust me. He was not in earshot. You about to be on camera. You good? Mm-hmm. Okay, come on. I just want to make sure he was cool and comfortable with it. Just for a second. He 22 today.
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
fellow Leo. What's up?
And he told me for his birthday he wanted this Xbox game. I got it on Amazon and overnighted it so it would be here and I would make sure we had it for his birthday. He bought it himself. But that's what you can do when you work full time and you go to work like you're supposed to and you have a good job and you do what you're supposed to do. You can buy your own shit.
Well, yes, it's true.
That's what's up. But I just, quick little shout out to him though, because today actually
Happy
is
birthday.
his birthday. And for those of you who go back and actually deep dive inside the YouTube page, this is my first co-host right here. And I promise you, half the conversations I have, because I sit here and just talk with this dude.
Aww.
So
I get the chattiness from him. So
we go back and forth. So right now, just to bring you up to speed real quick. So here's the conversation we get ready to have. No, not that one. That's the 4. we are going to point out and see. These 4 people, they have all the abilities and weapons from all the characters they've portrayed in previous movies.
All of them.
Who comes out on top? So I'm gonna let you
Make the
glance
right
at that,
choice.
ponder. You come back. I got Keanu. He's got Will, Ryan Reynolds. She's got ScarJo. So
I'm a tiebreaker. That's not fair.
This
is a 4-way deadlock, literally.
Oh no, it's 4-4. We go hash this thing out.
I honestly have an answer now, and my
What you
vote
hear?
goes to
Let me hear it.
Ryan personally, because you just get Deadpool in there. That's just one hard mug to kill, personally. Like
Okay.
with that alone, that just makes it like really like, because he's a computer simulation. You can delete him, and Deadpool's just gonna outlive the other two. Like
The key word being everybody
Lucy.
that they've ever played. Everybody.
You got Black Widow,
Lucy.
you got Lucy,
Lucy.
you got Ghost in the Shell.
Hancock.
I mean, Will is a genie, so
that's
I
right.
got Aladdin.
That's right. He did just play in Aladdin.
And all I'm gonna say, but
Okay,
see, I got something for everybody because they stuck me with Keanu and they think like I'm gonna lose.
But once you start casting wishes, that's like you're
He's free.
out of existence.
Nope. End of the movie, he's free.
he's free, dude. He can do whatever he wants to.
Erase the universe.
You got to take him around the animated and the live action, so that if you go to animated, of course, he still got all his powers. He can just do whatever. So
I don't necessarily know that they indicated he didn't still have his powers in the live action.
yeah, that's it. Live action, you have no clue, so it's like you can't use it because you're kind of just there.
I know, but what's
You can use
a
animated.
genie without a master?
Did
Somebody that will do whatever.
We don't know if
powerful
in a way.
Or
With
Because
5 years
the
coming
live
up.
action could go any way. So again,
It could-
you don't even
it
have
could
to
go
use it.
either way.
Just stick with the animated, and you're good. Like that's your best option right now, as far as genie.
So that was a birthday boy. 22. 22.
you old, Sam.
Very. Hey, I'm out, by the way.
There's the refill. I knew it was coming.
No,
I wasn't going to do
happening
that, but you brought it up and you made it relevant. So let's do this. 4-way Battle Royale.
Ugh.
Okay. Denisha, you wanted this one. It's all you, baby.
I already know
ScarJo,
who's gonna win.
bring it.
It's garbage.
I'm just gonna say Lucy. That's it. She became a literal god.
Okay. Cool. That's you?
Start with that one.
Do you want me to take her out
What
now
y'all
or
got?
later?
Take her out now.
What now?
Do you want me to take Lucy out now or later?
Go ahead and take it out now.
Because you feel like that can't be done.
No, I know it can be. Go
Okay.
ahead. We had a discussion about it before. I'm just saying we can just go character by character.
But see, here's the thing. If you're not gonna put up a fight, if you just go, I mean, y'all gave me Keanu, and I guess you thought I was gonna come out with what, Neo? Like that was what I was gonna do? No. No. We'll come back to me because so Lucy. Lucy is how you gonna win the battle.
I'm starting with her.
Okay.
So you bringing out your big gun first.
I mean, I ain't mad at that. That's how
Is that the big gun?
That's how you shut shit down. You come in, pow pow, it's done. One hit a quitter. You know, I'm with you. Okay.
She's talking like she got something else in the back pocket. That's look at her. Look at her. Look at her.
Is here.
Right. She was waiting to try to trump something with something. So we're gonna wait and see.
I know the other one she got, but I ain't worried about that.
Okay, so who you bringing to this fight, Tony?
Well, I'll just bring him. I don't care. Man, I mean, he only got a couple that would actually stand a chance, like Hancock, which could put up a fight. I had to catch Lucy early before she developed. Of course, Aladdin. But if I take Hancock off the alcohol and give him Deadshot's abilities with the power of the genie, I might have something with that.
Hancock with
can't be
great
drunk.
aim and calculation
With
and the power of a genie.
All the Deadshot's abilities. I mean, I could even put Gemini Man's abilities in there because he was a badass.
He was?
Yeah. Trash though.
The movie was trash, but he was still that
It was
character
just
was
really
still,
bad CGI. The premise was good.
Yo, no, yeah, it was.
The premise was good, and I made it through the movie simply based on the premise. But by the time we got to that third one,
Will would just seduce Scarlett Johansson. That'd be it with her.
I was like, what are we watching? What is happening right now? Who is this little dude jumping around the room? Really? This is what we watching? Yeah, I was done with that. But I am glad though. Amazon let me rent that for 99 cents. So shout out to Amazon.
Very good.
Yeah, shout out to
You
Amazon.
only wasted 98 cents.
Yeah, I was very happy with 99 cent purchase that day. Will, Ryan Reynolds.
I think that's all I got.
I mean,
are we just going Deadpool?
I wouldn't start with Deadpool. So that, I mean, freaking, depending on what's going on and stuff like that, like with Lucy and stuff like that, freaking, if Pikachu decides to sit on her head and short circuit her brain before freaking she can use it, I mean,
that would actually work.
Shut her down, freaking, off rip with that.
I feel like this is one of those battles that could actually go through rounds based on the character selection. So in the first round, we got Lucy. Are you going to pull all three characters for your first round, Tony?
I might have to. I mean, I don't really match up that well with anybody, so let's go.
Hancock could go.
I think first round Hancock could have.
He can't handle Lucy one unless she is early movie Lucy. If it's finished Lucy, nah. I mean, he gets.
I mean, if it's 20% consciousness Lucy, yeah,
I can go with that.
She was close to being on some. I don't know. That gets into a whole philosophical aspect of like how much of the conscious brain, but we won't do that. They portrayed her, and I'm gonna give you credit for that. They portrayed her basically as hitting God level at that point. So, yeah,
so
I can see.
If I get early Lucy, I'll throw Hancock out there.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And then Will said Pikachu short circuit.
I'm not mad at that though. It makes sense.
I mean,
I love it. I do because I didn't think
if you
about
gotta
that.
think all of
you got it.
How you brain. If you
think
think of how your brain,
box.
think how your brain works.
I just wasn't thinking about him being Pikachu at all. I completely forgot about that. That's funny.
And see,
Roberto
I've got an exploit that's going to get me through all of this. We getting in the phone booth.
You Bill and Ted in it?
I'm Bill and Ted in this bad boy. We getting in the phone booth. It doesn't matter which character you pull out. I'm going to hop in my phone booth and I'm going to go to before that character became that character. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and knock Lucy down. Because all I got to do is stop her from getting the pit. Because see, with the phone booth, I can do it a couple of times. I might run into myself 1 or 2 times and let them know which one they need to do. Because that whole time travel paradox bit. So we would make sure that Lucy either doesn't ingest those pills or doesn't get those pills. That takes care of that.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure how far back we got to go, but Aladdin is not bringing that lamp out of the cave. We are going to figure out what the trigger was that got Hancock weak in the hospital, because a couple people actually witnessed him getting hurt as he tried to run off.
It was the closer that the two got together.
I remember, but
he's just saying
Bill and Ted wouldn't know, so that might be one of those times we have to do that a couple of times.
But Sam, you're basing this off of the fact that Bill and Ted are going to be smart enough to remember the plan.
I was trying to let him talk because at the point I was going to break up.
No.
The level of intelligence.
I did state we would have to do this numerous times. I said that. I
They
said
gonna
that right
have
off
it.
rip. We gonna have to talk to each other a couple times
It's
before
gonna
we
be
get
like
it
the game.
nailed down.
You remember how you played the game? Well, the first person tell the second person something, and then by the time you get down
Telephone.
to the last person,
Telephone.
that's what's gonna happen with your people.
No, see,
Every single time. It's not gonna make it
They're
past
not
the
gonna get to
second
the phone
person.
booth.
we gonna go get
what are we supposed to
Socrates.
be doing?
Listen to me. We gonna go get Socrates and Napoleon and Billy the Kid, and they smart enough to
Let me
figure
tell
it out.
you.
But
Let
you're
me tell
not
you
gonna
what's
get
gonna
to the
happen.
phone booth.
You're not. You know what's gonna happen? They gonna try to walk to the phone booth. Hancock gonna walk up with a bottle of Jack Daniels, and they gonna get drunk. That's what's gonna happen. So your plan is stop.
You know what?
And then he
Unless
gonna
he's
get
coming
mad,
up with,
and then he
unless
gonna
he's coming
fly
up
him to the
playing
moon.
music, they not about that life. They not gonna sit
Okay.
there and get drunk. That's not how
They
they
gonna
going
see.
out.
They gonna see a black man fall from the sky, and they gonna be like, "Dude!" They gonna run up to him. So what's gonna happen?
Hancock would have
Yeah.
to come up playing music to actually get their attention.
Well, that's easy
Otherwise,
enough because
in Pasadena-
Deadpool carries a little recorder with his little thing whenever he's getting ready to do something. So there's your music right there. Pikachu's fast, so there's agility. He also played Turbo. Turbo's fast as fuck. So he's going to get to them
Turbo
before
is
they get to the
fast.
booth, get the music playing, and shut them down before they get started. So
Rufus
Bill
ain't gonna
and
let
Ted
that happen.
First of all, Bill and
yeah,
Ted
they're not fast enough to not let it happen.
They
Oh, no.
slow in a lot of aspects.
Anytime
they are.
There's a time travel exploit on round one. There's a time travel because Rufus is going to come in at the time that he needs to come in and fill them in on what they need to know. Now they
And they
will
gonna
have to
forget.
go through and they will have to hire the necessary people. And it is very likely that someone like Bill and Ted might be smart enough to at least hire one intelligent person to figure out the rest.
And Deadshot's just gonna be waiting for him. He don't miss, right? So yeah.
I
As
mean,
soon as
come
that
on
dude
now.
pop out, hey, I got something.
I mean, he gonna shoot. He gonna
Harley
ricochet
Quinn
off
left
of
and did a whole
Lucy.
movie, so don't tell me he don't miss.
What?
He don't miss when he want to.
Okay, hey, but he missed.
So
Semantics.
Scarlett
This is a
Johansson
four-way.
can
This is
her
a four-way
character-
battle royale.
Look,
Charles just made a point that you have to meet Rufus to get to the phone booth.
Rufus
So,
came to them.
Yeah, they'll be asleep by the time he get there.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
So Scarlett Johansson's character in the
Is-
movie Under the Skin, have y'all seen that?
And
In
what?
the movie,
was
what?
that?
Under the Skin.
okay, what's the premise?
Under the Skin.
I don't think I saw that.
She's an extraterrestrial alien that seduces men and sends them back to her planet for meat.
Oh, really?
So she could seduce Bill and Ted. Bye.
That wouldn't take much.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that one.
Her name is Laura in the movie. Y'all can look it up.
What else? What other powers does she have except the power of seduction?
That's it. Men are dumb.
She's an
Okay.
extraterrestrial and she ain't got no other powers.
Okay, so you know what's gonna happen? Will is gonna go into his shark tail form, since he's not a man anymore. He's a fish, and she is now powerless against a fish.
But
And
Lucy's
he might know Aquaman while we playing. You just don't know.
I could, you
He
know
can
what
shoot
though?
you, stand attack. Your attack missed.
I could kind of see, like, what are you saying here? Like, what was the character's name? What was her name, Denisha?
Laura or something?
Laura.
Laura. Laura
It's not
used
a great
seduce.
movie.
Laura used seduce. It was not very effective.
It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's the one you don't need.
Right, you know.
That's not the way I thought you were gonna go. I thought you was gonna go through another movie.
That was a little okay. That was a little different. You took out Bill and Ted. I'm not mad at that at all.
But she lost to a fish.
She did lose to a fish.
She lost to a fish.
I have to concede that you would have lost to that fish.
Oscar, the little fish.
Now, for the fish,
It's anything. It's anything.
Pretty much.
Billy,
I'm
Billy
trying to
Ted
think of
could be the
something that
fish.
would be best for the fish.
Hey, we lost her.
I mean, you wasn't
I mean-
out. You still got more characters.
I know.
No, I was telling Denisha, like, you wasn't out. You still got more characters.
But
I thought she
character-
eliminated herself. I'm like, wait.
I was like,
You've
wait a
been
minute.
eliminated.
I just got to make it through y'all powerhouses, and I think I might be set.
You
I
might
don't know
be.
if I can do
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
I don't know if I can though.
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of thinking like, if you a fish, maybe I'm gonna go with something like, I might take Johnny Utah for the fish.
Oh, really?
I might take Johnny Utah for the fish because you a fish. I'm gonna shoot you. Like I got a handgun. Pow pow. Like
I'm in the bottom of the ocean. That gun is not gonna reach me. You better come with something better.
I don't know if you was at the bottom of the ocean.
You just said you got a gun. Why am I coming to see you? You better come find me. I'm hiding in ships and I got my sharks around me, so you better come.
But Johnny Utah was like, he was out in the water. You know what I'm saying? He was surfing and whatnot. But
And guess what?
But
He
you-
can be eaten by
That's
a shark.
perfect. That's perfect. Johnny Utah's in the water chasing the fish. Pikachu used thunder. Both of you go.
you going for it. You get the 2 fry to that one.
I mean, why not?
But you already used Pikachu.
You ain't kill him, so he's still there.
Look, I'm not finna help you tag team Lucy and you come take me out later. That's not how this works.
I thought you said this is a free for all.
But we tag team Lucy.
Are we coming to an understanding here? I need to know what's going on
We
because I can just target the board.
If I put all my stuff together, you got an alien, you've got
who's useless
with
against fish.
her, so we got digital stuff, we got Ghost in the Shell where she was the half soldier, half computer, like
Computer, short circuit. Keep going. All right, what else?
That's what I'm saying.
all of it combined though. Well, I'll do a Tony. Put them all
you
together.
just mesh them all together.
First of all,
Yeah.
I only meshed together 3 characters.
Power with seduction against men.
So that means he's a merman
Well,
now?
the
Is that what I have
greatest
to do?
men in the world, what usually is their downfall?
Money.
You ain't a man though. So
Yeah, Pikachu's not a man, so she's weak against a fish and an imaginary electronic,
But he's played by Ryan Reynolds, so he is.
negative. That's not how that works. Wait a minute. Okay,
you ready?
side
I'm
question.
gonna circle back around. You can say that all you want. I'm gonna circle back around to that
Wait
in
a
a
minute.
minute.
I will
No,
say,
no,
wait.
go ahead.
Now, I will say, the post does say, it shows the 4 individuals, and it says they have all the abilities and weapons from the characters they've portrayed in movies. It does not say that you are those characters, just that you have the abilities and the weapons. So that means technically it would be Ryan Reynolds using Thunderbolt. Technically, it would be Ryan
And
Reynolds.
him and Scarlett
Technically,
Johansson
all
were
3
married.
of us could just shoot her and call it a day because we all packing. Like
He
Pretty
wouldn't
much.
do that.
First of
He
all,
married Scarlett Johansson, so
Denisha, I have a question.
who married Scarlett Johansson? Yeah,
With
Ryan
this power,
Reynolds.
yeah. And what happened with that?
Y'all go.
She ain't no Blake
I have-
Lively. I'm just saying, she
I
ain't
have,
no Blake
I have a
Lively.
question about this power of seduction. I'm still trying to figure this out.
What's up?
Is there a range to this? Does she have to like see him, or is it just like something she projects? How does this work? I need semantics.
Both, like she sees them, but it's something she projects, like they're drawn to her.
So if Will decided to be dead shot and was 6 miles away with a sniper rifle and popped 2 right between her eyes, she's basically useless.
No, honestly, I would say
I don't think. I mean, if she's Lucy and Ghost in the Shell, all those powers, I don't think she would be able to be caught off guard like that.
based on the character of Deadshot, I don't know that he could pull off a shot at 6 miles. You start getting into some Mark Millar territory where you're talking about like Wanted, and you got to have that special gun in the right conditions. Now he would be almost like a Bullseye type character where if he can see it, he can hit it. There's a kinetic capability that's in place that allows him to not miss. And I know that's just me messing with Will now, but yes, there is a kinetic capability where he's not going to miss. But in order to do that, he has to be able to see said target. I don't know that he could pull off a shot 6 miles away without being able to visually see the target. There might be a little bit more in terms of trajectory and capability to say he's just not that into you.
She did use her power of seduction in that movie. She broke up a marriage. Whore.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with that earlier post. If ScarJo come in naked, everybody losing.
Yep.
Oh,
Thank you, Jeff.
I'm probably gonna quit playing for the moment. Like I'm just like I would probably pause the game and just so my characters is out. And you know what?
now,
I would say in fairness, Sweet November with Katie Holmes, The Gift, yeah, like that's probably that would be a downfall for Keanu.
Oh, The Gift, that was a good
But then again, he's a very committed person because you got Replicas where he like put everybody on the line to get his family back. But what was that movie he had with the two little girls who came and was trying to like sell them Girl Scout cookies or something? It was like a direct-to-video minor release.
Yeah, I was about to say.
When he got buried in the backyard?
Yeah, what was that one?
Yeah.
I can't remember but yeah, it was some jacked up shit. But yeah, his weakness was, being nice and all that kind of stuff. Because Keanu's a nice guy. So, I mean, if you ask him for, hey, I need $5 with that, he goes reach to his wallet and he turns around and you shoot him in the face. I don't know. Like,
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. That's the one.
It's called Knock, knock.
So then we got, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie there. See that one.
Any of y'all got any gay characters they play so we can get past this power seduction? I'm just asking. I'm just throwing that out there for some fun.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna say Bram. Look, my character from Bram Stoker, something was up with that dude because he was not that interested in the two chicks that was like really trying to seduce him. So my Bram Stoker character might be okay.
You know what I'm saying? That might be.
he did, Ted.
I'm still saying my dude could take y'all out from a distance.
You know what?
Because he don't have to technically see you. He can set up, just like he did with all his ricochet shots. He can set up to where he just got to hit that one target, and it makes it there. So he technically don't have to see you.
You know what?
I know, but I have Black Widow's ability to be a spy and all of that. To know
Who had Will Smith?
I do.
6 Degrees of Separation.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. How did I forget that movie?
And you know what? It could be said. I remember there was a Deadpool. I'm just let everybody ponder that for a second. As they went through the list of holidays.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say that word.
I mean, there's a certain level of comfort that exists where he knows what he likes and what he doesn't like. Though. Wait a minute. I'm going to just say Deadpool knows what he likes and what he doesn't like. And if you're not his type, I think
you got Van Wilder, too. There's no telling what he's doing.
But Deadpool also changes his sexuality at will, so... They don't. So if he's,
remember we had the whole conversation earlier. We was talking about the Immortals. Your options is kind of there. When you can't die, you start trying some shit. I'm just saying. And then
we're past the power of seduction now, so we're good.
Okay, so we got so I feel like it's safe to say that we took care of the alien. The alien threat is gone. And everybody came up with a way to deal with my time travel.
It wasn't really a difficult decision. They're dumb.
But they got death behind them. See, and honestly, that was something that really kind of came to mind early, because not only do you have Rufus to kind of guide them, you also have Death. So I can take care of the whole Deadpool issue right there with Death, because it's a different Death, not Lady Death. Ergo, we can handle that. I don't know, but I'm gonna say, okay, you all took out you took out my time travel. Cool.
They would walk down the street, see a squirrel, and follow the squirrel.
Look, I said my time travel. So we passed the alien, we passed the time travel. So now we got to deal currently with a fish.
Kill my fish. My fish is already dead. He got caught by Ahab or somebody out there fooling around.
Oh no, I guess we just have to give it a will.
You're what?
What?
I'm not gonna lie, that Pikachu power was a little bit stronger than I was thinking.
I know, I completely forgot about Pikachu. That's
Right
why I
off the
said,
rip.
as soon as he said it, I'm like, well, damn.
Oh. Fish? Day the Earth stood still. Another alien you got to deal with.
Okay.
So I can probably take care of that, because there was a lot of weirdness happening with the alien there.
It was. But since since Will can deal with aliens, if you think about right.
Mm-hmm. You could bring out Independence Day.
Independence Day. I mean, he's dealt with aliens, so that's kind of not strong.
Yeah, but this ain't Welcome to USA. This ain't Coke can, Pepsi can on a ship, aliens.
Then he's just gonna go put on his black suit and come out with his partner with the really big guns and the cricket.
Now, see, when you bring
forget
out
about the cricket,
when you bring out that Will, Johnny Mnemonic.
Ooh.
I can take that Will. I'm not worried about Men in Black Will. I'm still trying to think of, like, I want to make sure that I take care of this damn fish. Like, I don't want there to be no question that this fish is gone.
It's gonna be sushi on Sam's plate.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make sure that the fish is dealt with. So I'm thinking, like I may have to pull Neo just to ensure that the fish is done.
Why would you bring Neo to fight a fish?
I don't want to bring Neo for a fish. I'm saying that. That is my whole point. But I'm looking at my roster, and I don't see no water options that's going to help me with a damn fish.
Because I'm at the bottom of the ocean, surrounded by sharks and the Kraken. I'm saying it.
That's why I had to go with the alien. You know what? Because I got some bangers in here, okay? I got some bangers in here.
I know you do.
I just want to make sure that I'm not wasting them. It's like, this feels right now like we playing spades. And I don't want to renege. I don't want to go too high, too early. I just want to make sure that I'm playing the right cards at the right time. And you know what? I was kind of thinking that, like, if you's a fish and you want to deal with any of this other stuff, you got to get to the surface at some time. And they told me that Johnny Utah don't miss. That was what Gary Busey. Gary Busey said, you don't miss. So that says to me that if you was swimming around the surface because you was trying to get to somebody, that I could hit you if I chose to.
First of all, Oscar is not a dolphin. He doesn't have to come to the top. Ever. You got to come down.
So who are you trying to take out as a fish?
I already took out the alien girl because she can't seduce me. I bring out there, she drowned. She gone.
So that would be a stalemate at best.
It doesn't matter. I would sacrifice my pawn to get rid of somebody.
I mean, but that would be a stalemate at best, because technically, useless. I mean, if you think about it though, if you have no attack power, You have great defense, but you have no attack.
I got a mafia shark on my side.
But
They
that
got
shark has to
attacks.
be in the water. So unless the alien decides to get in the water, what is y'all doing?
She gonna get in the water.
Why would
got
she
no
get in the
choice.
water?
Because we're gonna flood the earth.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right. So what had happened was
Mm-hmm.
we went to an alternate DC universe, and we went and got the female version of Aquaman. You know, I think it was what I can't remember. It was a Wayne. Remember, she got augmented and she flooded the world. She's on my side now, just because I really have no defense for a fish.
You might have been better off just like swimming to the surface, dog. Like that.
Nah, nah. I'm dragging this out. She gonna get bored.
Maybe
and give
trying
up.
to get like the swordfish to jump up, or maybe trying to like attract her with the dolphins, echolocation with the whales or something.
Kraken. We're using Kraken and giant squids.
So you gonna reach out and grab her.
Basically, why not?
Okay.
What else? She has no other powers. What is she gonna do? Scream?
I mean, I'm assuming that the Kraken is female too. Then
Has that ever been established?
it's never been denied.
So
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. We
okay,
want to look. This whole conversation is hypotheticals. I'm just saying.
all right. So hypothetically, it's a female Kraken.
I just need you to establish the rule. So, okay. So Jeff just brought up a good point. ScarJo would bring the animals from
that,
Blue Zoo.
Yep, but not only that, I also have Python powers from the Jungle Book. She voiced
You ain't getting that close.
You're not getting in there with that.
I don't know. Would a python survive in the ocean?
No.
I don't know if I get that one.
No, but I'm still Scarlett Johansson. I just have the ability that Python has.
Python. That's okay.
I mean,
so
but
Python
pythons don't have like a
squeeze.
magical, they can hold their breath super long ability. Like,
But I'm also Lucy. I'm also Ghost in the Shell. I'm also Black Widow. I'm sure she's trained to hold her breath.
Not indefinitely. This is not Juggernaut where he walk on anywhere and don't have to breathe. She gotta breathe.
I don't know. I do feel like Lucy could probably get around breathing. I will say that. I feel like Lucy would be a whole mind over matter thing, and she would be like, nope, I don't need to breathe right now. Or she would be like, I need gills and evolve. Because that was kind of what she started doing towards the end. She just started evolving as required. You know what?
And if I'm an alien, do I need to breathe? I don't know if that was established.
This was a lot easier when we did this in a chat thread as opposed to us actually thinking about this shit. Because I don't think we really put this.
That's the point, though.
This much thought into it, like.
But that's the point.
But I'm gonna tell you how I saw somebody post something, and I was trying to figure out how that was even possible. So I'm gonna tell you how we gonna go ahead and just like take care of this. Everybody has at least one human character, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna break out a cigarette, and I'm gonna go talk to the devil real quick because I got John Constantine. Objections?
What's your point?
My point is, let's see. Who was your character?
The devil will double cross you quick. So,
okay, well then I'll go talk to Jesus. Your call. However you want to do it. I will go and get all of the demons necessary, all of the angels necessary. Because see, as John Constantine, I can travel between both, along with the mystical powers, all the magic that I possess individually. Because I'm Constantine. So I'm gonna make that happen. So the power of Lucy, I can call somebody to take care of that. We just gonna take
But
your powers.
that's if y'all on good terms.
I'm sure as Constantine, I can find somebody I'm on good terms with,
I doubt
or somebody that owes me a favor. One or the other. One or the other.
I mean, you got to get there first.
So you feel you make it sound like Constantine can't just like open portals and be there.
I mean, it's fine and stuff like that. I mean, Deadpool has a teleportation device and stuff, so.
Okay, you act like you got to get to that teleportation device. I got guns and
I mean,
crossbows
if I
and stuff
have
too.
everything on me and stuff like that, freaking so to speak, he has everything freaking like he can use it. So it's not like
did Constantine not just like draw some shit in the air and make a portal?
That's why freaking Thanos cursed freaking Deadpool with immortality.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just he literally used a cigarette to draw it in the air and make a portal. And he's constantly smoking, so he's always got a lit cigarette.
Jeffrey just said Constantine will be the first one to get seduced. So
thank you, Jeff.
We already took the alien out. I thought we was good on the alien.
I mean, who knows?
And I did say Lucy would create gills.
But you know what? Deadpool might seduce Constantine. You just don't know.
I mean, it's possible.
It's possible.
I'm not taking it away from him, but I also feel like if Constantine actually had like a objective, something he had to do, it would get done.
Eventually.
In the necessary time. That's just, you know what, when it needed to happen. Everything with him is divine. You have to remember that now. It happens when it was supposed to happen. Not when you thought it was going to happen. Not when you wanted it to happen, but when it was supposed to happen. But no, I do like that. I do like that Constantine comment. That was pretty funny. He probably would be the first one to get seduced. So I can't even be mad at that.
Because I mean, at that point, I have any other movie she's been in. Just as a woman, I don't need any special powers for that one.
What was the movie with what's the guy's name? 3 names. Inception, Third Rock from the Sun, Looper.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Thank you. What was the movie she was in with him? He was like he was like a ladies' man, and she was the lady in the red dress that he like fell in love with.
Yeah,
I don't know that one.
I've seen the advertisements for it, but I never watched it.
How old was it?
I mean, it's not
Don John.
Is it like the Legend of Don John or something like that?
No, it's just Don. Yeah,
Don John, okay.
Like Don Juan, but it's Don John.
Don John, it's like he's a New Yorker, she's a New Yorker. I just remember distinctly they had those accents in that movie. It was so thick. But she was looking really good in that movie. So that would be one of those where like that's a like you seducing everybody kind of. Between that and the Alien, you might have something.
So any other movie she's been in, the girl with the pearl earring, the other bow-legged girl, like he's just not that into you. All of those, Match Point, I mean,
I don't know. I think he's just not that into you. I think the title alone kind of indicates maybe not that one.
Not that one.
No, that her storyline was she broke up her marriage.
True, her individual character in that one.
She broke up with him because whatever he did, but yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are somewhat at a stalemate. Everybody had a little something.
Deadpool Infinity Gauntlet. Fuck it.
Oh, okay. Constantine called Dr. Manhattan. Then if we just doing it like that.
There you go.
Oh, Manhattan, go away. Break the fourth wall. Tell the writer, hey, take me back in time to where none of this existed and stop it all from being written. Fuck it. Like, I don't care.
Keanu Reeves is a better person than all of them in real life.
Like, I don't care. Shut it all down.
Well, tell them how you really feel.
Lord.
And see, while y'all doing all that, Will out there playing with Venus and Serena, teaching them how to play tennis. That's all he doing right now. I said, y'all up here arguing and doing that. We out here winning titles. Come on.
You know what? I almost made a Will Smith joke. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Make a joke.
Just save it.
It is July 31st.
Do it.
I feel like today would be the last day I could make that joke.
Make it.
Do it.
Well, I mean, you know why I can't make it tomorrow, right?
Because it's
because August.
That was a dad joke.
That was
That was a dad joke.
I mean, honestly, the actual joke was a dad joke too. So it was a compound dad joke. It was gonna have something to do with, Serena entanglements and all that type of stuff. But
that's a good.
I don't have to hear the word entanglement, never again in my life, and I'm okay.
Well,
but
I'm not making any promises that I won't say it.
If you do, that's fine. Others are welcome too. It's lost on me at this point. I am burned out on it. Entanglement. I'm done with that. But I feel like that would be the easy. You know what? Let me sit here and have a 7 degrees of what was Kevin Bacon? 7 degrees of separation. Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Let me think if I have a movie with Kevin Bacon in it, because I can take Will out that way.
Why are you still trying to take me out? I'm not bothering anybody right now. I'm over here.
I gotta kill that damn fish. I had something for everybody. I forgot about the fish. Okay, the fish. I wasn't ready for the fish. You see, I had Constantine ready. I had the time travel ready. I had Johnny Mnemonic ready. I had plans. I didn't think about Oscar. Okay, Oscar had me messed up. So I'm still gotta figure out something for him.
Man, Oscar was doing this.
Why you do that, Will? That wasn't funny.
Really, Will?
That wasn't funny.
That was hilarious.
That is, let me see if I can. Can I click on that? You know what? I'm gonna just let everybody else see what we laughing at, because that.
Thanks, Will.
Well, I mean, if you want to do that, we can do an entanglement.
That needs to be shared. Just because that's funny. Who's that Pokemon? That's what that was. That was funny.
See, this is why Will was over there being all quiet while we talking. He up here looking for stuff.
He knew it was there. He was looking for it.
You got to keep your weapons loaded.
All right.
I still haven't finished putting my memes in my folder. It's ridiculous.
I want to say this, as always, has been fun. I love these conversations with you guys. I want to thank everybody who had an opportunity to tune in and enjoy this conversation with us. I appreciate all the feedback we have in the live chat. It actually gave us more to discuss and talk about and make sure that we didn't miss any of the important details. So it's important that you let your friends know about these videos. I think I'm just going to keep these as now that I'm paying for this shit, we going to take advantage of it. And because I got a whole subscription. So we going to do these all of the time. I don't care if it's just me and one other person. We going to take full advantage of this Zoom. But no, honestly, I want to thank everybody who had an opportunity to tune in. If you're watching this on YouTube, I want to thank you for watching this on YouTube. Of course, you can find us on Facebook. Our group is Grown A Geeks. We are on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram. We don't have a Twitter. Somebody got to take care of Twitter. I don't be tweeting that much, so I can't That ain't me. I'll do the Instagram and the Facebook, but I don't like that Twitter bit.
I'll see about the Twitter.
You know what? We need to put like David on the Twitter, or you know what, Jeff? I need you to tweet for me, dog. I need you to tweet. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let Jeffrey handle the Twitter or something. I don't know. But
Jeffrey, you've been promoted. Good job.
We will be in a lot of different places, and look for us there. But primarily, you can find us in our group on Facebook. I'm Sam. We got Tony, Will, and Denisha. These are my admins and mods. These are the people that make the group flow the way that it does. But it's you that makes the group what it is. So I thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. And let me cue this up properly, because ain't nothing else worked all night. But ain't nothing else worked all night. But I feel like maybe this will. You know, the power of positive thinking. Maybe I can let's see. Let's exit full screen first. Get that a little bit. Need y'all to see all my little secrets. We'll close that. There you go. Okay, we're gonna pull that over there to make this big again. Oh, wait, nope. Oh, okay, cool. Speaker view. Okay, so I just figured out accidentally how to set it up so that when we do, in fact, let you talk about fighting nuns, or what was that show? What was the movie?
Warrior
Nuns. I just figured out how to make you the main person when we talk about Warrior Nuns. I can go to speaker view, and speaker view moves it to one person. So that is a thing. But we are going to get out of here. We thank you. I am going to hop into our 18 plus rooms, because we're going to get a refill. And I'm going to go jump in that room. So we thank y'all for watching. We appreciate it. And y'all have a good night.
Holla.